Yo, peace. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Substantial Sundays. Lots of things going on. Couple things, man. Number one, as you can see, I am solo tonight. Shout out to the homie Sherm the Barber who wanted to be here, but as y'all know, it is Super Bowl Sunday. I myself am not watching the Super Bowl. I'm I haven't watched a football game. I haven't watched the NFL like a full-on game in almost 3 years. You know what I mean? Like occasionally you have somebody crib and they got something on or whatever, and then I'm awkwardly trying to find the one spot in the room where no one is, looking like I'm being antisocial. But yeah, so I'm not a NFL supporter like that. But that is not what we're going to waste our show on tonight. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet since I'm solo. You know what I mean? But shout out to anybody who's tuning in. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for spending time with me on this Sunday. I know a lot of folks are choosing to spend time with their folks watching the game and stuff like that, and definitely not mad at you for doing that. But do me a favor, if you were tuning in, make sure you say peace. Let me know where you're watching from, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, I promise to, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet, and I got some dope shit to hit y'all with too. So first ththings first, let me say peace to a couple of folks. Hey, wait a minute, hold on, my baby mama just popped out. Okay. What's up, Mrs. Robinson? The missus just said, what's up? My name is my name. Peace, what's up? Soul King, what's going on? George, peace to you. Who else we got? Mike B, and bam, peace to all y'all. Philly, that's what's up, man. It's funny, we were me and the wife were just talking about Philly today, because we're doing a workshop in Philadelphia in April. So details coming with that. I know a lot of folks want me to do a show up there, and you know, time will tell if that comes through. But right now, we're just doing this workshop for our business. And if you don't know about substantial art and music, you're gonna learn today. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna I feel like, man, we should just jump into things today. You know what I'm saying? Like I got I got stuff to share with you. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let me get some stuff loaded up. But how y'all doing, man? I hope y'all had a good weekend. Mine's been really busy, even though I haven't really dipped out of the crib much. I just been working on new music, which I'm gonna share with y'all. This has probably been one of the busiest weeks I've had in a minute in terms of recording music. Recorded a lot of new stuff, so I'm gonna let y'all hear some things that aren't coming out probably for a little while, like at least a couple weeks for some of these tracks, and then maybe a couple months for others. But I promise you shall be entertained. Ready for new music. Excellent week. Got a $2 raise. Hey, that's what's up. Congratulations. Shout out to the government workers as well who went back to work. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's a huge relief for those families, man. We've been doing our part at our school to try to help out the families affected by it. And I hope y'all been trying to help out where you can too. LA up in here, Toronto up in here, Minnesota. Good God. Mugen? Man, we've been watching the news, man. Praying for y'all up there. I know the weather is ridiculous. The cold has been crazy, man. And so hope you and yours are staying warm, man. Hope y'all are good. But yeah, so let's see. So many things to play for you. I don't know where to start, but first things first. Before I play the first track, let me announce the main thing. For those of you who saw the screen, you probably noticed that I posted the Substantial Art and Music logo as part of that image. And the reason for that is because of the fact that our website, subartandmusic.com, has officially launched. And that was crazy because it just dropped right, had the symbols. It's a big deal. Like, I couldn't have planned that better. So our website, Substantial Art and Music, has launched. It's subartandmusic.com. You can find the link in the description for this. Run over there, check it out. For those of you who've been seeing me post little things about my company here and there, the company that I have with my wife is co-owner and co-founder of the company. And basically what we do, man, we're a service that we support visual artists, musicians, and small businesses by giving them resources, helping them pursue grants, helping them with their crowdfunding campaigns. We also do design for a lot of folks, help on the music tip as well in terms of making music, amongst other things, man. And also the major thing for fans, for those of you who are just fans of my music and have been looking to get some new merchandise, you can run over there and check out the store. The store section going forward is going to be one of the main places where you can buy, merchandise in terms of albums, both CDs, vinyl, cassettes, and what else, man? Also, what was it? Shirts, hoodies, all types of different things. So all of that will be available on the website. So make sure you check it out. And more importantly, man, more information on how you can come check out some of our workshops, how you can actually reach out to us directly and hire us for to help. Oh yeah, hats. Yes, hats. Soul King. There will be snapbacks. There's snapbacks already on there. The website's live, so the merchandise is already on there. And if y'all got suggestions for merchandise, feel free to do that. Drop that in the chat, and we'll go ahead and add that to the mix. But so look, per usual, for everyone who's in, if you already said peace, and you let us know where you're tuning in from, the next thing I need you to do, if you haven't done it yet, is to please share the link. So I'm about to do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop some new music for you. So look, as far as that Bob Alloy snapback, I gotta talk some things over with Marcus, because we can drop a new snapback, but it's probably not going to be the same type of snapback that we had before. The company I'm using right now, they're limited in terms of how much they can do with the hats and stuff, and so I'm looking into seeing if they can do the thing with the brim where we had the album cover under it, which was really, really dope. And so we'd like to do that again, but I can't make you no promises right now because it's not looking good. Soul King, you just gotta rub it in. That's dope. I don't even have one of those hats anymore. You know what I mean? I gave it to somebody when I was on tour. Gave it to one of the homies and stuff, man. So I haven't had it since. But yeah, man, it was a really dope snapback. But we gonna have to bring that back for sure. All right. So look, I think it might be time to play something. You know what I'm saying? So look, first things first. Quick shout out to Steph the Sapphic songstress, who now goes by Stephanie Gale. She has an album that just dropped called Songs About V. It's available on Bandcamp, and then it's going to be on all streaming services by next week, if not later this week. All right, so check that out. But I figured since we shouting out Steph, it's only right that I play for y'all one of the tracks that's on my upcoming project called Recompositions, where Steph is on it. So y'all about to hear the super rough, well, I wouldn't say super rough, but this is close to finished version of a track. So I'm gonna play this for y'all. And yeah, man, and I hope y'all enjoy. So give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Let's get that down and let's bring this up. All right, hold tight. We're gonna check this volume in a sec, see how loud it is. Like I said, it's gonna be a short show tonight, folks. So y'all hang in there, man. If you haven't shared the link yet, make sure you do so, because once these tunes start playing, folks gonna wish they were tuning in live. Told you it was gonna be loud. Sorry. So let me adjust this volume real fast. Yeah, and here we go. Turn it back up a little bit. This is from Recompositions. You can pre-order this in the description.
Nowadays, only one thing on my mind. Juggling acting quality time and trying to provide. This ain't easy money, it's harder unless you got. But the man's to get the fan, better living while I'm alive. But the life we want is hard to maintain, but a 9 to 5, so I grind. Over the fans will go whatever I decide. No ride or die, 20 years and counting by my side. Love is blind, no wonder we don't always see eye to eye. Locked in the studio, giving the cold shoulders, but I can't move out of a car with no clothes. Time I put it this, I could live with my kids. Already is, that we living on this when they're older. I never heard a success story that's guilt free. Fought hard to keep my soul and still be. We were all in hand, though it's hard to comprehend. But is it all worth it in the end? Guess we'll see.
As far as our eyes can see, it's my moonlight and midnight while my children sleep. I can't close my eyes, cause their face on my eyes. Working all night till I find that gas in the sky.
My best work while they sleeping. Yeah, ran warm up more than just sleeping. My best work while they resting. Blessed and forever, I'm forever getting blessings. My best work while they sleeping. Yeah, ran warm up more than just sleeping. My best work while they resting. Blessed and forever, I'm forever getting blessings. I just wanna make our lives a little bit dope. Can't stop cause the goals ain't ever been close. I don't plan to fall, hope reach curtain call, put the honor and the scores, wait before it's all over. Looking like my family life is on the line tonight. So on vacation at this time is unlikely. Got a brother down, feeling like I'm about to drown, trying to keep my mind sound as I let the rhythm guide. Feeling like I'm felon even when I achieve. See, cause I'm out here working like a machine. Oh, my daughter's sad and my wife a little mad. Even though I got the bag, I'm too slim to speak. See, I never heard a success story that's guilt free, but I refuse to let my love for music kill me. Time on is harder, so I gotta do it smarter. I don't wanna die a martyr in the end.
Yes, y'all.
As far as our eyes can see, it's my moonlight and midnight while my children sleep. I can't close my eyes, cause their face on my eyes. Working all night till I find that gas in the
As I
sky.
mentioned before,
My best
Stephanie Gale on vocals.
Yeah, ran warm up more than just sleeping. My best work while they resting. Blessed and forever, I'm forever getting blessings.
Yeah, I just had to stop it. Say just an old fade. We just snatched that joint off. I know it hurts like the Band-Aid. Just gotta tear that joint off, tear it off. You know what I mean? So listen. Yeah, man. So couple of things. Love that line. Thank you, Mugen. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate the love on the beat too. So that track right there is from my new EP that's coming out later this month. The EP is called Recompositions. That track that you just heard is called In the Sky, featuring Stephanie Gale, formerly known as Steph the Sapphic Songstress, who just dropped new music. Link for her project in the description. Also, a link to pre-order the project that's on is also in the description, man. The track that you heard, the beat was actually produced by me as well. And so good news for those of y'all who are more instrumental folks than people who love lyrics and stuff. You know, there's going to be both the full version of the song that's coming out on the EP, and then about a month or so after the EP drops, the instrumental version will be available for streaming as well. All right. So, man, hey, thank y'all, man. I'm glad you're feeling the track. Yeah. But real quick, before we keep it moving, for those of you who haven't checked out the site, check out the site yet, I want you to make sure you do that. So let me give you this link real fast so you can peep this. Hold tight 1 second. All right. So again, for those of you who just got in here, the company that I run called Sub Art and Music that I run, it's a business that I run with my wife, where we assist other musicians and visual artists and small businesses. Our website has officially launched, and you can check us out right here. Make sure you check that website out. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the merch section because there is merchandise in there. And if you see some things you like, by all means, please go ahead and cop. We won't officially be launching this everywhere in terms of, you know, letting the world know until tomorrow. that's when we're doing the official, like, email blast and all of that. But I always try to give you guys heads up. All right, so let's see. We got a question. This is pretty random, but what's the joke about the banana? But hey, shout out to Bam. So the homie Johnny, who's normally in the chat, he asked for a song breakdown. Like, typically I do a breakdown of one of my songs every episode. And so he was joking around. Well, I feel like he's serious. He was serious initially, and then it just kind of became a joke after that. But he wanted a breakdown of the song "Bananas" from my my first album, which is called "To This Union a Son Was Born." So "Bananas" is probably one of the only. It's one of several songs on there that's like more just battle rap, punchline stuff. It's only like a few tracks on there like that. But he really wanted me to break that particular track down. And so people were asking about more popular songs that I've done. So I kind of went with a different one. And he kept pushing that. So he started putting the banana emoji. And so like every time we go live, that's like the running joke. You know what I mean? So that's the history behind that there. Hey, shout out to John Pierce for tuning in, and George as well. So yeah, man. Yeah, I think I got more to share. Let's see what we got. Hold up. Give me 1 second, because it's a whole lot of goodness, man. I've been in the studio all week. I mean, granted, the studio's in my home, so it's not hard for me to be in the studio all week, but usually I'm in the studio doing everything from mixing, more mixing, designing and stuff like that than recording these days. But this particular week, man, I've recorded a lot of new music. And so I'm going to let you guys hear another one. All right. So look, yeah, I think, yeah. So I'm going to play this joint right here. So Pete, so I've been working on a project with a, hold on. This is my favorite battle rap song from you is Substance. Hey, good looking out, Mugen. I wonder where Johnny is tonight. Oh, shit. They look right on cue. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. So look, real quick. Earlier this week, I was in the studio working on some stuff with the homie Kokai and also the homie A1. So we literally just came together and did a song over this producer named Nico, who's from Europe. He sent this track. I've done like 5 tracks with him in the last few months. And yeah, man, I'm gonna play a track that we're working on. There's a lot of songs that I have with this guy, but I figure I'd play this one for you in particular. This one is probably the hardest of the tracks we've done. But this is more punchline driven stuff. Yeah, and it's straight like 90s vibe. It's intentional. Like the whole project is produced using the SP1200. And so it's definitely old school vibe. You know what I mean? And that's what we were going for. Even with the ad libs, the hook, all of that. All right. So here we go. This is the draft song. Calvin, what's going on? Super rough mix. I got it, give me that dope. 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 Give me love in the home. If you do it, know that ain't a problem at all. Give me that dope. I got it, 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 I got it. Pushing forward to my lemon streets, still fresher than the orchard full of lemon trees. Rap offer, rewarded for thinking differently. I was crossing borders and waters before they mentioned me. In Twitter feeds in order to keep stability. Push beat pads for hours until my fingers bleed. That period was sort of what had it been in me. A cow pot of water, brick and mortar, and humility.
Sticking in I'm in the birds, dog, selling that fish shit out. From crack rocks to crack codes, from black owned welfare to farewell of the black hole, motherland speaking. I figure like frequencies are sneaking. Why's the why you be so bringing? Lots of real estate, that's real estate. Stay running in the play eating. Longer that's fitting. The universe makes no mistakes. I'm awake like the Loch Ness Monster in the lake. I bake on beat breaks, I fake the cheapskates. I know underground heads relate. Hungry like MCs walking on MTV for cheesecake. My mic weighs a ton and next to clean bricks. Not factor on one, my tongue is smooth, they can't kick it. Lush pride and greed, that's why my feet sus spammers is substandard. I crush with young hammers. All bean, coffee, the tub full up. Tuck your blade, it's my shit, tuck your pull up. No pump or any queen salsa in. I sing an aria, boy style, my friend. Red cup is stackable, solo horn is lateral. Economics, the sonics, Sega Socket, the sonic.
Mob Deep kind of vibe. Word.
This dope is uncut, beat funk, bars beat down punks, so jump up to get laid down and slump them Oscar, the gradual slouch, I just pounce on tracks like T'Challa and Rick James, you catch one, grandmother's ball will clinch up the jaw of their heads and have them waving their hands begging for more. This lyrical symmetry is intended to be Florida, a midnight in the water with more flow than water. Never take the orders for y'all to get carried out, pace up the talks, but think nothing to worry about. Top tier forms, kind you only read about. You feel my heart, you can't find my whereabouts. This here's paramount. Got my crew in here. Fill your head out. Grab a souvenir. Black rock, crack rock, dope to the human ear. Yo, what you doing here? Better.
Word. You know what I'm saying? A joint. I feel like we need like a black and white video with a bunch of rappers doing this motion like right here. You know what I mean? I feel that's what I felt when I hear it. Like every time I hear it, I feel like my clothes need to be like super oversized. I need like one of them crazy Scullies they had back in the day with the little tie at the top, you know what I mean? And rock like you know, like the little biker joints, like how they had the little cyclists or whatever in New York, they had one pant leg up, you know what I'm saying, with the bike chain around the neck, you know what I mean? Like that type vibe, like just grimy, just crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Who are the other MCs, Miles B, in case you missed it? The other MCs on the track was the homie Kokai, who was a guest on the show a while back, and the other one is the homie A1. So yeah, man, it's wear Rasta wig. I probably won't do that, but yeah, Tim's and winter jackets on, absolutely. You know what I mean? Got the lemon face, word. So yeah, man. So that's another one of the unreleased joints. I don't have ETA for that track. I don't know when, homies. It's not for my projects, for someone else's project. So I really don't know when he's planning to drop it. But yeah, man, should be dope. It should be dope. I have 5 songs on that project. So maybe next week I'll let y'all hear another one of the tracks from it. You know. And all that good stuff, man. I hope y'all are enjoying the music, though. Just a reminder, man, for those of you, thank you. I appreciate that. Good looking. My name is my name. For those of you who haven't done it already, make sure you check out Steph the Sapphic Songstress. I keep calling her by her old name, but make sure you check out Stephanie Gale's new release. It's really, really dope. I had the pleasure of mastering that. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to get her on the show, and her birthday is coming up, so y'all show her love for her upcoming birthday by copying her album. She was also one of the many people affected by the government shutdown, because she's considered essential employee. She works TSA when she's not doing music and stuff, and so yeah, man, she's a person who's been working without a check, just working on this music and stuff, you know, just to get by. So please support her project. It's really dope. I just got it in the mail today, and I don't think I have it in the studio with me this week. I feel like I might have left it out there, man. But yeah, next show I'm gonna definitely be plugging away more at her project. And again, the link for her upcoming album is in the description, so make sure y'all check that. Matter of fact, I might be able to grab it and throw it in the chat real quick for those of y'all who haven't peeped it yet. All right. If you got questions, send them now. I'm probably going to dig up at least one more track to play for y'all. But yeah, this is where you can pre-order Steph's project. Any collabs with Funky DL and Sice? Absolutely. A while back, I played a song that we finished recently. I'm working on the cover art for it now. It should be dropping really soon. Yeah. And the song's called Blind and Light. Y'all were the first to hear it, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, someone said, how long is touring? I'm not sure I understand the question. Or how long before I go back on tour? Let me know. See if you can clarify that for me. I ask that every episode. I feel like I missed it. Any collabs with Funky DL and Sice? Yeah, I already mentioned that. I saw one of the questions or comments that someone made a while back talking about Funky DL producing a whole, or me rhyming over a bunch of Funky DL beats. Yo, I would not be opposed to it. I think DL is an amazing. What is that? An amazing producer, man. Besides the fact he's the homie, he's just super dope with the production. So I would absolutely be down for that. And so who knows, man, what the future holds. But I know what the future holds right now. Maybe another track. I'm just playing a whole bunch of stuff that I'm working on with the homies that they probably don't even know I'm letting y'all hear. So I feel like, hold up. And hold the show. Avengers dropped the trailer for the Super Bowl half show. I know you're. Now is it the trailer or is it the TV spot? Because if it's the TV spot, I already saw the Avengers TV spot. It looks really dope. It's just too short. It's like super short, and so you can't really. Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, it looks dope. You know what I'm saying? It's the Avengers, so I already know it's gonna be dope. But the trailer was super short, the one I saw. So, but yeah. Let's see. I know you have stuff produced by them, but I really like to hear you rap with the other guys again. Yeah, man, definitely. Those are the homies. I've known them for a really long time, so it's more than likely going to happen again sooner than later. How often do you see DL? Not often enough. Enough. I only really see DL every few years. I talk to him like maybe, if not once a month, maybe once every 2 months at the most. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the TV spot. Yeah. Also for Captain Marvel. Already saw that. Look, Johnny, I've been on it, man. I follow like all of these comic book / like nerd sites, man, so I can stay up to, keep sharp with my nerd game. You know what I'm saying? So like I already saw it before we even went live. When you go on tour, how many months or days are you doing it? That's a great question. So this summer I will not be touring for a really long time. It'll probably be maybe like 2 weeks tops. Probably going to do at least a week on the West Coast. We got one East Coast date already confirmed. I'm waiting for a few more details to get ironed out before I announce it. But yeah, Marcus D and I will be hitting the road this summer, hitting up the West Coast for at least like 4 dates. Maybe something in the Midwest. Want to go back to Chicago. It's been a while since I've done Chicago. So want to head back there, and definitely at least one East Coast date before he leaves. We've been talking about hitting up Japan, doing something in South Korea as well. But outside of the West Coast, one East Coast date, probably Mid-Atlantic, and the possibility of a Chicago date. It's not a whole lot of touring happening this year, man. Like, and this is just me being real, and I think I've said it a few shows. Like, I'm not really trying to do a whole lot of touring these days, man. Like, I'm really trying to just create as much music as possible. And if some good show opportunities pop up or whatever while I'm working and recording as much as possible, then great. But I'm kind of past that time in my career where like I'm just jumping at every show that passes my way. Like I'm really just trying to only put on quality shows for you guys and stop showing up whatever in spots where it's like, man, like 20, 30 people. I mean, they're gonna get the same show regardless, but I've been doing it a long time, and it's kind of when you have, like, put it this way, y'all, worst situation I've ever had or whatever doing a show was probably where was it? Oh man, I'm trying to remember what. Oh, so here you go. So one night we did a damn near sold out show in San Francisco, right? Had the club almost at capacity. And then the following day, we drove 8 hours to Oregon to do a show. And when we did the show in Oregon, literally 3 people showed up. And that is like, it's some humbling shit, man. Like, more than that, it's borderline infuriating, right? Because for those 3 people who showed up, you got all the love and respect in the world for them, and you're gonna give them a show, you know. But yeah, man, it definitely does a number on your ego before you hit stage when you look out and there's no one there. Especially when the night before you just rocked the almost sold out crowd. And so, but that's how the game go. That's how tours are sometimes, man. You know, we're not big budget performers. There's no $1 million record label. Like, there's no record label putting millions of dollars, I should say, behind what we do. It's strictly, it's our blood, sweat, and tears that we put into it. And, you know, and that's what happens. But I'm at a point right now where, yo, my family life is good. I feel like I'm making some of the best music of my career, you know, and like I'm in a good groove right now where I'm staying creative and I'm having fun doing it. And so, like, being home allows me to make more music, where being on the road, like, I have ideas, but like those ideas sometimes sit for weeks, for months, before I get to really even work on it when I'm on the road. And so I'd rather be home making quality stuff, doing spot dates or whatever, where I know the audience is going to be, you know, it's going to be a great crowd. You feel me? And so, but yeah, man, so that's what it is. I can't wait for more Bop Alloy. I feel like this is a good time to play something for y'all then. West Coast tour sounds kind of cool, but that ain't going to help me in Philly. I feel you. Listen, Mr. Philly, bam, you're going to have to make a trip, man. Either up north, catch me in New York. I'm in New York with Shingo too. On the 23rd of March, or you could take a trip down south, or for March 26th and catch me in Shingo, and you know, those are your options. I'm doing a workshop in Philly, but not a performance, because again, Philly's one of those cities for me where, like, I've done shows there before in the past, and it's always like super small shows that never really packed out. It's like maybe 30-40 people. And that's when we're headlining. We don't have, like, I don't have a big following in Philly. So, you know, the shows there are cool, but they're never, you know, you spend half the time talking to the audience. It's like, oh man, I wish more people come. Like, everyone's showing love, but at the same time, they're like putting a damper on their comments with, damn, I wish more people came. I was like, yeah, so do I. But, you know, I'm here with you. We ain't got to keep harping on that. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, man, 2 hours up the road either way, or down the road, you can come see us, and the show will be crazy. I'm sure it will be crazy. Those other joints. Let's see. Heading to New York from Toronto. Oh snap, I'm down in NY. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, I wish I had a car. Struggle. Hey, Mugen, you don't need a car. All you need is money for a bus. You know what I'm saying? You hop on a bus. You can find like round trip tickets on some of these buses for less than $100, man. Sometimes it's cheap as $50 if you get it in advance. Take a quick bus trip into the city, come catch the show. And I know that sounds crazy if that ain't something you've done before, but like for real, man, we got fans who literally flown from other countries to see us rock here in the States. And so, you know, I ain't saying for you to do the same, but I'm just saying if you really want to do it, you can. You feel me? So far, I'm still scheduled for Momocon in Atlanta. That's right. I will be at Momocon. I'll see you there. New York back. I'm going to be there. I'm definitely going to the workshop in my town. Word. I'll keep you posted. As soon as we finish the paperwork and I can post the date, I will let you know. All right. So let me play something for y'all, man. Let y'all hear something. We were talking about Bop Alloy, so let's hear something. So Marcus D right now is working on something with Pismo. And Pismo is the homie and is super dope in his own right. And so they asked me to hop on the track. And so here it go. This is super rough. Not finished at all. Moving, I got your question in a second.
I'm coming out cause I just got paid. Better watch every little step I take. Won't persuade, let's live it for the boy. Don't disturb this groove, let the people enjoy. All night long, then it's back to life. Give it to me, baby, if that's alright. I like it. Let your love come down so high. Got a cool stop. Never too much, never too much. Sweet side, never knew love like this before. Baby girl, let's move. 5 on a million when I think of you. Smooth operator, rock steady to the beat. Ride home in the whip, playing 80s R&B. Caribbean queen of the party. Know what I want when I wanna dance with somebody. So what's up?
We can
So what's up?
fly to the top
So what's up?
tonight. Let it drop. Midnight round the clock. So the floor dance.
The joint too smooth to just snatch it off. So I'm faded. Yeah, man. Snippets. Yeah. So, yo, yeah, man. I cannot wait. Like, I cannot wait to finish that song right there, man. I've been sitting on that beat for like over a year. Yo, I love Marcus. Like, I love Marcus D, because if it was anybody else, they'd probably be like, yeah, you, man, I ain't waiting no more. You know what I'm saying? But Marcus was like, yo, like, you know, we took a little time off from the project, but we back on it. What's up? You still down to do that joint? And I was just super happy that it was still available for me to hop on that joint. Yeah, it's super wavy, man. I love that joint. But yeah, so let me back up real quick. Couple of quick questions to answer. If I made a dope beat, would you rap over it? Jen, if I like the beat and then it's scheduling, if I got time in the schedule, and depends on what the on what your budget is too, man. Like, you know, that's one of the things, right? For the new year, one of the things I've been really strict about going forward is you know, I've done a lot of collabs with a lot of folks, help a lot of folks get their career off the ground and stuff like that. And my prices over the years have been pretty cheap, you know what I mean, to kind of accommodate like the up and coming folk. But this particular year, man, like I'm in a groove right now where the music I'm making a lot more funds off of what I've been doing in the last few years. And it's dope because I'm doing it the way I want to do it. And it's actually been working out really well for me. So that being said, at this particular time in my career, the stuff I'm doing for myself is helping me make a better living than any of the collabs I'm doing. So I've decided this year to raise my rates. So, you know, if you got the budget, man, we can work something out. But definitely don't think it's if you reach out and then when you see the number, you know, because I sent a couple people, they hit me up already this year, and I sent them the number, and like they don't even reply. Like, and it's really one of those things, man, when you understand, like, as an artist, as you start to get in your groove and as things start to pick up for you, you realize that, like, for every opportunity that comes up, some are great, right? And then others are cool, but I always got to weigh, like, what's more beneficial. You know what I mean? Like, is this more beneficial for me or the person involved? Because if it's not very beneficial for me, then I need to be properly compensated for my time. Because the time that I don't get to work on my stuff, yeah, like I can't get that back. And it definitely can affect the workflow, can definitely affect what type of funds are coming through here to provide for me and mine. So it ain't nothing personal, it's just biz, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see. I feel like I missed more questions. How can you work on a joint like that? I'd waste my time just enjoy. Yeah, hey, look, man, I've been sitting on the track for a year. I had the flow in mind for the longest time. I scat a lot when I hit beats, and so I already kind of knew what groove I was going to go. It was just a matter of figuring out how I wanted to attack the verse. Man, I get it. I'll build a following and hit you up in 4 years. Hey, man, I appreciate you planning ahead. You know what I mean? Glad glad to hear you're able to make good money while you're making music, Stan. Man, it's for me, it's not so much about just the money, right? Like it's more just about I said more than the money, like it's the stability piece, right? Like trying to approach this in a way where like the funds are coming in a way where like the family life can be stable. You feel me? Because the music, the touring, the shows, the talking to you guys, even while I'm doing this, you don't see my family in here with me, right? Like it takes a lot of time away from my family. And so I got to make sure that like the money or whatever makes sense or whatever, if I'm going to be spending a lot of time away from the people I love. And so just trying to provide a certain amount of stability maintain my happiness and make sure my family's straight, man. You know, it's less about money and it's more about peace of mind. You feel me? And so, and I think a lot of folks, when they hit you up and they talking, and then you telling them about the bread and stuff like that, for them, they think they making it seem like you this money hungry folk, or like if they don't view you as money hungry, they sometimes devalue you, right? Like they're hitting you up, asking you for stuff, but at the same time, they don't want to pay you what you're asking for because they don't think you're worth it, or they just can't afford it. And so, but the reality of it is, like, I'm looking at the numbers every day. Like, I know what my analytics say. I know how big or small like my following is in particular regions. Unlike a lot of artists that people reach out to and collaborate. Like, for example, you'll pay an artist who's bigger than me to hop on your song and they'll do it. But then when your song drop, they don't share it with their network. I mean, y'all have heard me play, like, half the songs I just played for y'all aren't even for my project. Half the stuff y'all hear me talking about every show isn't even my stuff. Like, I stay promoting other folk, like people I believe in, people I think are dope. I share what they're doing. And so a lot of times people don't see the value in that. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about the fact that I'm opening up the door and letting them like connect with my fan base directly in some cases, as opposed to you getting a name that may be 4 or 5 times bigger than me, but nobody checked for the song. You know what I mean? Nobody really checks for your song unless the person who you did the song with tells his fan base or her fan base that they did it with you. So, you know, you got to think about it when you're doing collabs. That's really why, like, nowadays I haven't really been, man, like, I don't give a fuck, man. I haven't been working with anybody really outside of my network. Like, because, yo, I see how people are. You press real hard to get certain people involved with what you're doing, and they do it. And then after that, it's like they don't even know you. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, fuck that. It's like, if I'm going to spend my time and my money, like, trying to build a certain relationship with somebody so we can get this record out and hopefully change some things for me while at the same time do some stuff for them. It's like, yo, it needs to be, they need to view it as a mutual exchange. And 9 times out of 10, if it's an artist that hold a little weight and they got a name and they ain't your homie like that, they don't really see the real value and they don't really support what you're doing. So it's just like, yeah, it's like, yo, I'd rather put money in someone's pocket who believe in my shit, who's down to collab, who has no following, right? Like, nobody knows who they are. I'd rather pay them and know that they're gonna go hard to get the word out about this particular track than pay it like a much bigger artist or whatever who, once the shit is done, really ain't gonna be fucking with you at all. So I've been in the business long enough to see that happen a bunch of different times to me and other people. And so, you know, just, you know, you smarter decisions, man. So I know you ain't asked for that advice, but you're welcome. You know what I mean? So, you know, just something to think about. All right. Oh, Jen had the dip. You're saying, hey, peace, man. See you in NY. Yeah, for sure. I'll see you there. All right. Just now, people, Jen Star One Outlaw Star reference. All right. Totally understand and respect that. See, I'm going back catching these comments before I play one more joint for y'all. Good to hear that. I scat over beats because I too, even though I'm not a rapper, that's funny. I feel like I missed another one. Hey Stan, do you know if Aken is still a member of Sign? I seen a fly with him performing with them and was confused. Yeah, I think Sign right now is down to just 3, you know, the 2 producers and Sice. You know, when we toured with him a couple years back, that's who it was. If I'm not, I feel like Aken, he lives in Europe somewhere, so he hasn't really been able to work with the group the way he was at one point in time. So I think that's what that's about. How can you work on a joint like that? All right, I've read that one. I feel like there was another question I missed. Just bear with me, y'all. Oh, Mugen asks, is the DMV area your biggest following? So now when you look at if you look at my analytics and you look at my social media numbers and stuff like that, on that side of things, that's where like my biggest audience is, right? Like on social media, but that's largely because of the fact that I was raised here. I went to school here, you know what I mean? And so like a lot of the homies and stuff that I grew up with, and I do a lot of work in the community, like via schools and stuff. So of course, social media wise, you know, from all the students I work with and a long list of other people I've worked with in this area and know, my numbers for social media are really strong for this particular area. But in terms of music sales and streams, DMV isn't even in my top 15 cities. Like I don't think any of the cities in the DMV are even in my top 15 or 20. Last time I checked on Spotify, Washington, D.C., which is the only city from the DMV which shows up in like my top 30 or 50 maybe. Washington, D.C. is like number 23, right? In terms of my top streaming cities around the world. So I don't necessarily get a ridiculous amount of support here at home for my music per se. But like in terms of the people I know, and then like when I'm out here, like I get a lot of respect in the scene amongst the fellow creatives, like amongst the creatives and stuff. There's a lot of respect and love that I get shown when I'm out. Of course, like a lot of people seem to not know. The funny thing is when I go do the show with Shingo March 26th here in DC. By the way, the shows that I mentioned, if y'all are interested and haven't bought tickets yet, the ticket links should be in the description. But anyway, when I do this show, it's probably gonna be a packed show, right? Because Shingo's here. Like if I did the same show and Shingo wasn't here, it probably wouldn't be as many people. But I'm pretty certain that a good amount of the crowd is gonna know who I am. But you know, it's one of those things because this is home. You know what I mean? It's home base. So like people here, it's like, oh, I can see them whenever. You see what I'm saying? They only really come out and support when it's like with like other bigger names. Like when I did the Lupe show some years ago, it was a ridiculous amount of fans of mine who had never been to my shows. And I do a lot of shows here in the DMV. But they came out because it was, you know, it was me and Lupe. It wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it is what it is, man. I don't really harp on that type of shit because if you do, you're gonna end up being a bitter ass artist. And I don't really give a shit enough about that type of stuff anymore, man. Like it's just not me. You know what I mean? I don't get caught up in it. And I once said to one of my homies, like the lack of support I get for my music sometimes from the home area. The home area makes up for that support, like in the opportunities I've been given in terms of youth work. You know, like my name holds weight in a lot of circles here, and virtually anything I want to do with education in terms of building studios for people, setting up different programs. Like I haven't had a problem doing that since 2007. Any place I've rolled up into, wanted to teach something, wanted to do something here, I've gotten all the support that I've needed to make those things happen. And you know, and both like in terms of the resources, the finances to make those things happen, like that shit has never been a problem here. On the flip side of things, so you know, it's that give or take. Like I would love for the music to get some more support here, but I also understand as a person who grew up here, the type of shit that people here listen to and what they like. And I know that like my stuff has never really fit that mold, and that's why I get so much love in other places versus my backyard. Like I'm not the person giving people what they want per se. It's like I'm just making what I think the world needs, and I put it out there. And of course, that stuff goes underappreciated. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. And on crocodile tears, ain't nobody crying on that shit. Let's see. I feel like I missed a couple of joints. Oh, by the way, hold up. He said bars, good looking. All right. Oh, by the way, my question you might have forgot from earlier. Oh yeah, I answered that. Enoch Expect, get your producers right. I know I know, and I know these dudes. Like I've met them, I broke bread with them, traveled with them, and I'm sorry. I don't know why people get this celebrity complex after getting a certain amount of followers as if they're God or something. It's crazy ass ego trip. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, it's just who I like. You know, I don't let this biz change who I am. You know what I mean? Like I know who I am. You know, I'm quite clear on that. I've always known that I just always kind of been a person who went about things a little different. Like sometimes, you know, to my own detriment. You know, and but like yo, I'm true to myself, you know what I mean? Not to flex, but I own every signed record. You flexing a little bit, Miles. It's cool, man. Show love. You know what I mean? Do your thing. I need all their records on Spotify. I'm starting to play them nonstop. That's what's up. Only found out from Stan. Check out the Bandcamp. Shout out to Sign super dope. Real good dudes too, man. More important than the quality of music they're making, they're actually good people too. Shout out to Sice, Spec, and Enoch. Yeah, see. Very true, Stan. Even if it's not music, it's awesome the support you get at home. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely happy Black History Month. What was it? What was I gonna say? Oh, I was about to promote an event y'all can't even come to because it's sold out. But some related to Black History Month, check out blackdressexhibit.com and also follow Black Dress Exhibit on social media. That's a company that my wife is a part of that basically since it's Black History Month, and I mean, even if it wasn't Black History Month, you should be supporting stuff like this. But what they do is they highlight various people in the fashion industry who happen to be Black, like people who oftentimes get overlooked. So definitely check them out, man. They're doing an awesome event at Pratt Institute, which is my alma mater. That's where I went to school. So check them out. Let's see. Time being Lux is on Sign. Okay, y'all still talking about Sign. That's dope. So look, yeah, I was planning to keep this short, man, but you know the conversation is always dope. And y'all find a way to keep pulling me back in. Thank you for plugging Black Dress. Man, Mrs. Robinson, you ain't got nothing. My wife up in here, by the way, y'all. Rochelle Etienne Robinson with her whole name. You know what I mean? You can tell she ain't on YouTube all the time because she got her whole government name up here. But yeah, man. Oh, shout out to Rochelle. That's my wife. We're trying to get her to make an appearance on the show so you can see what our company's all about and how it's not all about me. So the serious question is, what happened to Sherm tonight? Sherm is at a Super Bowl party, and that is why. So he wanted to push the show back. If we had did that, the show literally probably wouldn't be starting until like about 9 o'clock. And I didn't want to run the show too late. I'm trying to get better at starting closer to the start time. But I she put, "Hey, lady sub." I like that. Hey, here you go. So look, my name is my name. One time we used to be friends with this woman who was a comedian. And when she met me and found out my name was Substantial, she looked over at my wife. She was like, "So this must be more than enough." Right? I was like, that was pretty good. So she used to call her More Than Enough every time she saw her. I thought that was awesome. Rochelle Stanchel, that's terrible. That's terrible blending names. Should have been like Rochelchel. I don't know if that works. Rostanchel. I don't know. It's all bad. It's all bad. Your wife is awesome. She was really nice at the Bop Alloy show in LA a while ago. Yeah, man. That's what's up, Soul King. I'm glad you remember that. Mrs. Robinson, stay holding down the merch table and just making sure I am on task at all times. Also, what was I gonna say? Going back to Steph's album. For those of you who've heard Steph's album or haven't checked it out yet, my wife is actually the voice that's narrating all of Steph's album. So check out Steph's album and you'll get to hear my wife narrate the whole project. She has she got a great voice. I feel like I should end the show because I need to go hear her voice in person because she got a great voice. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, how you doing, Mrs. Robinson? So anyway, we're gonna get ready to go in a minute. You know what I mean? But let me turn our music up a little bit. I feel like I was gonna play one more. Yeah. I was gonna play one more joint. That's what I was gonna do. Keep drawing blanks tonight, Stan. Huh? Man, look, doing my best. So look, hold tight. Real quick, I'm gonna play something else for y'all. Yeah. All right. So the last song I'm gonna play tonight, and then it's gonna be closing time. So for those of you who are familiar with a lot of the different people who work with Nujabes, there was another brother who had the pleasure of working with Nujabes as well. And he was working with Hideout, and that's Nitsua. All right. Nitsua is a super dope producer based out on the West Coast, and he's working on his new album. And so I just did a song for his new album. I think I might have played the beat on the show. I can't remember if I played the beat or not. But I recorded it, and I'm gonna let y'all hear it right now. So a little part of music. I stay just leaking stuff. You know what I mean? Playing all types of stuff. Oh, Mr. Nasty Time. Oh, yeah. I just feel like I think I was watching that not too long ago over the holiday break. But yeah, man, so I'm gonna play this joint and we're gonna close out with this. And of course our part of music will follow shortly after. Oh yeah, that video game OST dropped this week. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So make sure you check that out. All right, so let's hear this song. Let me know what y'all think in the chat, and we're gonna end it like that. Here we go. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Been a minute since I thought about, longer since I wrote about you. Insane, can't get over the pain, Lord knows I really tried to. Still got your picture on the wall and another on the top of my desk. Doesn't make it hurt less, more about making sure I never forget. I miss your smile, so bright it spread your light for miles. I still ask why you were just a child. 20 plus years, feelings are reconciled. Life's wild. Cause it's great when the killers walk around just living their life. While baby girls in the ground with the world never knowing our plight. They say it's God's plan, but I'll be damned just to make it all right. It's like seeing heaven on earth, then suddenly losing your sight. I wish you stayed, still hanging on, but these memories fade. I seem withdrawn, cause I'm still afraid. When you lose loved ones, you feel betrayed. Now I don't really want to take part. Really wish that you were here. Maybe that's why I'm withdrawn, cause I know you'll never be there. Promise we shared our gone, and I know you'll never appear. But I still hope I am wrong. Forgetting you's my greatest fear. Maybe that's why I'm withdrawn, cause I know you'll never be there. But I still hope I am wrong. Forgetting you's my greatest fear. Pain, it's easier without it. Can't let go. Love won't allow it. Eating at my heart, left it devouring. Rather live in the past than mingle with cowards. Alone in the brains of my soul's left scouring. Death and I had too many close encounters. They say it get better, naturally get out it. Just the positivity and willing to empower. Haven't got an angel, we're left with our demons. Left here to question the death got a reason. We know the night's coming like it's almost evening. So we try to shine till the credits read deacon. Some wounds deep, all need treatment. I see you what your life could have been when I'm dreaming. See you with my daughters giving life new meaning. When the ears open for a bright new season begin.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was for the homie Nitzua for his new project. That was a hard joint to write, man. My wife came in while I was working on it, and I was trying to spit it for her, and literally just broke up. Like so if you got my first album, for those of you who actually got a physical copy of it, it says it's dedicated to Sonny and Nathalie. Sonny was my father and Nathalie was my niece. My niece, unfortunately, she one of several of my nieces. Unfortunately, she passed away due to injuries she received in a car accident when she was like maybe 6 years old. And so this happened when I was in high school. I was like 9th grade, something like that. And so like that's one of those things that I mean, obviously with all the gray hairs in my face, it was a long time ago, right? But like it's something that literally stuck with me like for the rest of my life, because that was like the first time that like you know, like I seen you never forget the first time like you know, people close to you pass away, but it's a whole different experience, man, seeing a little kid you used to take care of and babysit and all of that, seeing them in a casket, yo. It's one thing seeing old people in a casket. It's another thing seeing a child in a casket. And so that shit changed, like forever changed me. And so and I hadn't really written a song about it. And And I apologized to Nitzel when I gave it to him. I was like, yo, I ain't planning on making such a heavy track, I guess, for you. You know, typically I save something like that for like my own project. But when I heard the beat, I just couldn't think of anything initially. And then I thought of that, and I was just like, you know, and that's where it went. And so, yeah, man, so I'm glad y'all are digging it. Yo, thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Yo, yeah, the comments are crazy. I appreciate the love. But thank y'all. If Nitzel was watching, I'm sorry, man. I just leaked our joint. I know it ain't even done. This ain't even the mixed version. This is the reference track I sent him. But y'all been watching Substantial Sundays enough to know this is kind of what I do. So, yeah, man. But thank y'all, man. I'm glad y'all was feeling the music today. Yeah, like if y'all like what y'all heard today, just know that, man, I'm in a great groove right now, and I got a lot of plans to make some new stuff. For those of you who haven't pre-ordered Recompositions, please do that. If you haven't caught Steph's album yet, please check that out. Remember, man, when you supporting the folks that I work with, it's just like supporting me. These are the people who are the reason. Like Steph makes everything I do better. You know what I mean? So when she's working on something, that's the least I can do is try to do the same for her. So it was a great experience mastering her album, and it's dope to see it finally done. And I'm excited to see what y'all think about it. So definitely go check her out. Again, all of the things I mentioned throughout the show, the links are in the bio. The description. So check that out. We get some part music. And yeah, man. Last thing, if you have not gone to subartandmusic.com yet, please do so. Let me know what y'all think of the website. It's designed by myself and my wife, and it is for our company. Read up on what we're doing. And also, man, you know, for those of you who are always trying to support what I do by spending a little bit of bread, you know, on my music and on my art, definitely check out the store section going forward. That's where all of my physical merch will be available outside of Bandcamp and all these other stores. People always ask, where is the best place to support your music? Man, if this website is launched, subartmusic.com/store, that's the best place to buy my stuff directly. No one takes a fee out of any of the stuff we sell on there, like in terms of the music. The physical merchandise is printed up by Printful, Printful.com. That's what we use for our merchandise. But yeah, we got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, vinyl. For the major key, right? For those of you who love the photography from the garden and would love to have that photography up on your wall, minus all the text over it, check out the website. Check out subartmusic.com because you can buy framed photo versions of some of the photography from the garden. So that's another plus to checking that out. All right, and I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Yeah. Wait for the breakdown. Still let this be live. Says, have you shipped overseas? I have no idea how expensive it is to bring it to Argentina. Yeah, I've definitely shipped to like all over the place. So that's the thing. So like you will notice that the shipping rate for this site via like as opposed to Bandcamp, the shipping rate's a little higher when you order individual things, but when you buy multiple things, the price is not bad. So just something to keep in mind when you guys are placing your orders, man. You know, like it's definitely a good look. All right. And on that note, I'm gonna get ready to roll. Let me see some. Oh yes, definitely need some of that garden art in my room. Absolutely. We'll be heading over payday. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate the fact that y'all still chose to rock with me. You know, even during the football game that I don't give a fuck about. All right, peace.